Hey, yo, what's good? It's your man, Big Esco. I want to thank all the listeners of the Backcourt podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out. For episode 9, we got our brother, Julian Logik Gilliam, of course, representing the 314 St. Louis, USA. He's a hooper turned visual artist. I think y'all gonna love this episode, but make sure you subscribe to the show. And if you got some time, give the Backcourt a nice rating. Maybe leave us a comment, something like that. It's really appreciated, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Peace.
Ew. I shit in my garden and play Stevie Wonder and get for massages while Clancy talk numbers. He threw me some game and I swear I won't fumble. Might cop me a Bronco to ride for the summer. Money the trousers to Rizzo to holler. The corner will sell out the stadium. Dodger cut off some homies, but tackle my Brody until he scored.
Nigga this, nigga that. Pull it. There you go. All right. Bet microphones are hot. It's the Backcourt. Episode 9. You know what I mean? It's another one. Man, we be pumping these mugs out. You know what I'm saying? Like jump shots.
Damn, 9.
Like,
pumping them out.
Like, poor women on.
It's like, can't sit around thinking about it for too long.
I don't know where that one was going.
Whatever. Welcome
but either
back.
way, welcome to episode 9. We got somebody special on this episode. Born and raised in St. Louis. Now he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, we are that St. Louis to Chicago to St. Louis 55 connection. We got my man Julian Logik Gilliam.
Hey.
Do you want this episode to be as Julian or do you want to be Logic? Or do you want to be Julian Logik?
We're gonna just rock with Logic. It sounds douchey, but we're gonna do it. I feel weird saying it. No, fuck it.
You gotta figure it out.
People, when the rapper got big,
it.
did it piss you off? I mean, he ain't had a song in a few years now, but
I didn't even know who he was. I actually Googled this the other day. So I go by Logic, Logik, and I actually Googled this the other day to see who came first because I made my name and then like 3 years later, this nigga came out of for it.
his whole thing was like jocking everybody's swag and
And I was
shit.
like, what is this? But I gotta go. I think he had some songs. I don't know if they were under the moniker Logic, but he had some songs that dated like, because I have a photo of me in like 2010 and it says Logic by my face. You know what I'm saying? Like I made it a long time ago, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna last longer.
Didn't he have like a suicide song?
I think he had a song about being light-skinned and being angry about being light-skinned.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm light-skinned, I feel you, but
I'm light skinned and everybody treats me like a white. Yeah. Bro, nobody want to hear those raps, bro. I guess except the other mixed kids in the country, which it is a lot of mixed kids. So sorry to
I wonder how many mixed kids it is in the country. You always say it's a lot, but it's like, what's the number? Is it like 800,000 or is it
mixed
like
kids?
Yeah, like how many?
I mean, one, that's the trick. We'll never know. Because they make you identify. Most people identify as
like,
whatever.
I'm not just light skinned for no reason.
Right.
My mom is black. My dad is black. My mom is light skinned, but she don't know her daddy and her mom.
Yeah, it's some white back there. Mixed. It's some white back.
My
in the
grandma
back.
was mixed. But she never knew her parents either. So it was kind of like,
yeah.
So that's why it's like it's hard to say.
So my grandma was black because even though she's fair, whatever.
Crazy.
But,
I feel you.
Yeah.
Slavery shit.
That's why I paint my characters yellow because of that light skin shit.
Huh.
Like displacement, black displacement.
Let's just start with your art. We always start with everybody else's basketball. We're going to start with Logic's art because we're doing the show Illogical. All right?
Yeah, and your shit really like, I really just, as your friend, I be like humble, like, cause you really doing your shit. It is just,
I like to keep you
but being
humble.
up close up on you, it's not,
I'm sorry.
Being close up on you, it's like, it's not really, it's complex, but it's just you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but if you from afar, you could just be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird being up close up on it and seeing like your creativity continue to grow.
Yeah.
In a good way, not like in a bad weird, but like,
yeah, because like
that.
I guess this is like your art studio space.
Yeah, overlooking the city,
overlooking downtown.
It's like a scene from Batman. It's like where somebody a fight in a place like this in Batman.
But you know what I'm saying? It's been fun to watch. Somebody, like you said, the same background as us. For our listeners out there, the Logic Souls of Liberty connection goes back now at least 10 years.
Yeah.
So far back.
It was back when Not a Creative Scene got like 200 random niggas. Now we was there when it was like 4. And it was just like
top 25.
Niggas just sending emails across the galaxy to each other.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook was the mean of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Twitter was popping.
Twitter was just getting going there.
Because for the early 2000 teenage niggas, like you couldn't being creative wasn't really cool. It was only about sports, especially where we from. It's like you either hooping or you a bitch ass nigga or you was shooting people.
Yeah, I was like the only nigga doing artwork.
You were.
It was nobody else.
I was like, yo,
we was the only niggas that needed it.
That I knew at least. You know
but it's like you are. How would you describe yourself? Are you a graphic designer? Are you a visual artist? Are you a photographer?
I'm leaning. I used to just say I was a visual artist, just because I create things that you can see. But I don't feel like visual artist is like even describing me anymore. Yeah. Just as we move into this Naomi world that we playing in.
Yeah.
And then also like I'm just trying to play more on like sonic stuff. Not necessarily like I'm gonna become a rapper, but just like expressing myself in the more sonic values, but also just kind of creating experiences for people, which isn't necessarily visual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's because a lot of people are like, oh, so like photography and painting. So I think I'm just gonna go in that really, really broad fucking spectrum and just say artist.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I guess you could say, you want to dumb it down, you could say multimedia. Because that just gives you grammar. You could be anything, crayon, pencil. And I'm just a multimedia artist. Yeah, people don't really know what that means. That's such a museum term. Like you only see multimedia artists. You go to a museum and you look at the little plaque and it's like, oh, who's
but
this?
Then you think they just kind of use paint and ink and pencils. You know what I'm saying? Or like video and photography. But then I feel like that's even limited because then I feel like I'm an entrepreneur as well.
Right.
So like a creative entrepreneur, but that sounds weak as hell. Whatever.
I'm Logic, bro.
I'm Logic, bro.
Yeah.
Just doing you.
I hate categorizing. I was like, what do you do? It's like, I exist.
I'm black.
Yeah, but it was a road to
that
get
should start
here.
being our answer now. I'm black. What do you do? Be black. That's a lot.
Yeah. And
that
then
encompasses a lot. I could dance, I could sing, I could cook, I could jump, I could write. You know what I'm saying? I'm black.
We got bad credit. You got bad credit?
I don't.
No, I mean, but that's all up in there with the black thing.
And you got to overcome that shit at least.
Yeah. No, I even run into that thing about black too, just being even identifying as black, which is like, we had this conversation just about like black not being a thing. It's like we give up rights to an origin and stuff like that. When we consider ourselves black, that has no origin value. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what does that mean?
It's fucking made up. It's not a fucking country. It is nothing. It's like,
and we the only people like that.
Yeah, bro. Like white people's like, well, we're white. I'm like, yeah, but you like fucking
Polish
from Holland or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
from Hollis, Queens.
Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson was saying we should stop calling ourselves African American and say we're Native Africans. Or some shit like that because
I like that.
He was like, because if you say that, that's the reason why they won't never give us reparations or give us nothing, because it's like, who are we?
Black is nothing.
We're nobody. We're what they just made up to be.
But we are people though.
In the 70s.
No, we are a people.
We are people though.
But black is representation of
Native African.
So we gotta say who, because we were here first.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We created the shit. We was here. It's like we got to take more ownership, and we're native.
Yeah,
we
man.
not.
That shit. It's like because you going to the
we're
Moorish,
before the country.
You going to that Moorish thing and all that. Like it get real deep. I just feel like everything goes into language and like in words on paper, and we give up so much just not reading in between the lines, like. Anything business or whatever, just like ownership and guidance.
We're so-called African American. I like the so-called term because all this shit is fake real.
So-called black.
Yeah, we're so-called.
I ain't never met a black person in my life. I ain't never met a white person in my life. Brown, ebony, mahogany, maybe. Coffee, peanut butter. I ain't never met a black person in my life.
But yeah, man, let's get on topic though. So how did you fall in love with the game of basketball or whatever? Because you got a kind of untraditional route into being like Basquiat and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, man, it was my pops, man. My pops is cold. Like he's still good. My dad like 54.
Where you go to high school at?
Maple Richmond Heights.
Oh, so he was like the first nigga they let go out there or some shit?
No, he lived there.
Oh, he used to be a black community.
He don't live in like the part of Maple Richmond Heights you thinking of.
Right.
He lived like it's called like West Bruno and shit. Like It's over there by the
Hanley.
Galleria. Yeah,
it's off Hanley over there.
Right.
He ain't, I know what part you talking about. You said let them. Nah, they was in like
not Manchester.
not the good.
Off Hanley.
They was good. They was in the part that Walmart and them bought up. And all that shit.
Yeah, that's
Got
right.
you.
Yeah. So my grandma and my uncles and them all lived over there. Like that's where I grew up a lot. And then Westwood Groves, and not the part of Westwood Groves you thinking about.
Right. not the Magic House and shit.
Yeah.
The Magic House.
So like,
Not with Webster University.
My pops is the oldest of 5, and it's interesting, but he was the wizard. They called him the wizard in high school.
So he was Brian Allen before Brian Allen type shit.
Like he was cold.
That's
like
real. Shout
he used
to
to hit threes when threes was a low percentage jumper. Like he would shoot deep, and it went on 3-pointers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so when I was young, he put the rock in my hand like early. I was like 5 years old, bro. And I was like doing reverse layups, but I was like 6 years old, 7. And YMCA just like running circles around him.
Killing the Y.
And he loved that shit. Like he really loved it. Like I think to this day he still love it more than I do. But I rocked his number 12. And I rocked that all through my career, just kind of homaging the person who put the rock in my hand and everything. Right. And for the longest, I used to actually think Allen Iverson was my favorite basketball player, but then I realized it was my pops. Aww. You know what I'm saying? Like no gas. That's you know real. What I'm saying? Just like I never seen him really get shut down before. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him like he just be unloading them like. And he just cold with it. He still be going in between the legs on a fast break.
Where he play at now?
He used to play at, I don't know what league he in, a 50 and a 30, a 40 and over league or something. He used to play at like Jewish community league centers and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I just remember going up to Maple Richmond Heights and playing with all his homies and stuff like that. But man, that's how I got started. But then like just going through that, I exceeded him because I played college basketball. I got as high as playing Division I, and then realized I was like living in the middle of nowhere in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, playing at SEMO. And I was like, basketball not worth being here when I'm 20, by the time I'm 23. So I went JUCO. And then got kicked off the team.
What'd you do to get kicked off the team?
Second year. I played 2 years there.
Deion Waiters?
Nah, man. It was just like, I think it was, to be honest with you, it was the universe putting me on this path to my art career. Because I had already been looking. So when I was playing at SEMO, I started banging out the gym, bro. Like a Division I workout, bro. We had 3 practices a day. You know what I'm saying? I was like taking off from outside the line, bro, flushing it. And like 2-hand cockbacks and all that stuff. Like it was crazy how strong I got. And I gained like 20-something pounds in a year. And I went JUCO because I just didn't want to stay in Cape Girardeau no more. I was like, I'm going to go average dub. And I'm gonna go back D1, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I got what I need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I get to this spot where we in Summer League, and my dad, like, urged me. He was like, do not go to Merrimack.
Why?
Don't go.
Why did he want you to go to Merrimack?
Because he already knew about the coach and stuff and, like, the gameplay, but I was being hard-headed because I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. And I had some Division I JUCO opportunities in Kansas City that my SEMO coaches was putting me onto. Mm-hmm. And I found out, like, I don't know if you remember, like, Zoe Rickerson and, like, Ryan Patton and all them.
At West.
They played at Webster. One played at Webster Groves and the other one played at Kirkwood. Anyways, I was like, all the top players from my year was going to Merrimack.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, we gonna run it. You know what I'm saying? So I get there, bro, playing Summer League and shit. And I'm like, oh, it's going great. I'm averaging like 15 or something like that or whatever in the Summer League. Soon as the year hit, bro, the whole game changed, dog. Like it was just like we had clamps on, like handcuffs, like pass the ball 4 times and all this shit, you know. Y'all can stop me whenever, dog.
No, man, we're talking about we're trying to understand.
Yeah, so like it just went. I'll talk about the earlier stuff later, but like this is how it kind of ended. It was just kind of like playing basketball your whole life, and then you get to a level where I think I got uninspired because I was so used to having this regimen of like workouts and having motherfuckers really trying to get stronger and play better to a team where we didn't go to the weight room. Like there was no weight room practice, and like it was just like coming to practice and whatever. Right. So like when I got there, I think I kind of had my head was kind of swollen. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I'm about to run you motherfuckers.
You just came from D1.
Yeah. I'm like, I already played with them, you know what I'm saying? So then doing that, I just kind of quickly saw, I was like stronger than them. I just know how to position my body better than them, finish everything. Yeah. Fast break, I'm flushing that bitch. You know what I'm saying? All in summer league, you know what I'm saying? And then like, that type of style of gameplay, even though we were doing it in the summertime, was not what we was about to play in the year. It was like pass 4 times before you shoot it, 3 times before you shoot it, get the ball moving. And me, I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to like go off real one time. So like, I think it got to this point where I kind of started I didn't care anymore. Like I started smoking weed that year and shit. Yeah. And like I wasn't passion, and I wasn't starting, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
you just was out there.
I started my whole career, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it wasn't like I was giving up per se, because I started smoking later. It was like a realization of like, I don't want to kind of be here no more. Yeah. And like I was playing, and like I remember just coming off a pick one time to shoot a 3-pointer, and my coach was yelling, "No!" Yeah. And I like airballed that bitch because I heard him on my release. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And it was, I think I was going through this. Yeah, it was a really weird year for me. It was like, I don't know if this was the better thing, because I'm just like, fucking confidence level just weird and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think that it would have been like that if you didn't go to Merrimack?
It was just, I think it was the coach and shit. It was the environment. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was just me getting itchy hands. Cause I was taking mad art classes and stuff. I was still doing my art shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like trying to do that, or working on trying to do that. And I think it was just kind of like my teammates. I didn't like my teammates. Yeah. You know, like it was just situation. Everything. And I don't know, man. It wasn't what I played against other JUCOs and stuff like that, and I seen them, and I was just yearning for a different type of gameplay. Got you. Where this one, I just felt like I had to play in this structure. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go back to the big. Right. But then the whole time, this is a learning experience for me, because what it did was, man, like at the end of the year, I was like looking at art schools. Right. Like looking up like art schools with basketball programs.
Does that exist? What I'm saying? Huh? Does that exist?
It was one, SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design.
Oh, SCAD got a basketball team?
They used to have one. They were called the Bumblebees or some weak shit like that.
Oh, hell no.
But I was like, at least I can play. Right. At least I can play and still do art, because the art program in my school, the art program in my school was at SEMO was kind of like, and then Merrimack had a decent one. It was just like, I was just like too close to home. You know what I'm saying?
This is really funny to me to hear you talk about it like this, because I can remember when I was graduating high school, and it was getting to that point where it was like, okay, are you going to try your hardest to just play basketball, or are you going to like go on and do something else? And it's like you said, you're always like, you're a real basketball player. You're always trying to be like, find that way that you can play. Yeah. And it's like, when you go to Mizzou, I mean, it's in the murals. You can still play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to stop playing. You know what I'm saying?
You tried out for the team.
I did. And it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like such a thing, though.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I gotta play.
You don't have to stop playing, because you play basketball. Basketball is different because you play so much. Bro, it's not like football or anything else, because you can play year round. Yeah. And so it go from playing year round to it's just like, I don't know if I'll play again.
That's
Nobody
what I'm saying,
will ever keep my score ever again.
I don't know if these stats are ever going to matter ever again.
And it's something with basketball too. It's so political. It's such a political sport.
Yeah.
That like you get to the point where the passion can drown you out. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't the certain guy, you're not going to be able to get the clock that you want to get. Yeah. And it just gets to the point where you're like, man, fuck this shit, bro. Because like, and then a lot of people get into positions of power who don't necessarily know what they're doing sometimes too. Like when you say with the coaches, you got this staff, a group of guys who can run and dunk and do all this shit, but you want to play like Wisconsin or something and come down and try to shoot after 50 passes and shit like that. So
yeah, man, exactly. And I was like, I knew JUCO only mattered to a certain degree. it's kind of like getting your associate's degree. You know what I'm saying? Like your associate's degree only can matter to a certain
to get you to get your bachelor's.
Yeah, but you don't even need an associate's to get a bachelor's.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, it's like, I got my bachelor's. I don't even fucking need my associate. So I'm thinking about that in like the Division I world. I'm like, bro, we don't need to win the fucking championship. My thing is like, yes, a championship will win us the notoriety, but we're players trying to get to another level.
We got to showcase this talent.
Yeah, bro, we got to let this shit rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to like be able to.
And I don't even think about niggas, when you think about Merrimack, I don't think of nobody ever going to Merrimack that could hoop. They like go somewhere else.
Yeah, but we had a squad this year. We had a squad that year.
And it still didn't matter.
No, like we were good. Like we were winning. Like we were a winning team. Like our Division II team played Division I teams. And like, we were the better ones out of all of the when they, because now it's just one JUCO like, school or
for the whole St. Louis area.
All the colleges got one team. We were the best team out of all the schools.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We used to beat all of them, Forest Park, whoop their ass, whatever. So like going to that, man, I just like, my thing was I was just frustrated at the fact that I couldn't showcase what I've learned. You know what I'm saying? The things that I've manifested. So like, when I learned that, when I knew I was getting restless at Merrimack, I started looking at art schools, like I was saying. Basically, y'all can cut this or not? Y'all be
just talk.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I was just basically saying I was looking at real quick JUCO, like it was just like an associate's degree or whatever, but you don't really need an associate's degree if you're going for your bachelor degree,
right?
So my thing was I just wanted to showcase what I learned in junior college, and he's saying like they playing us like we Wisconsin,
right?
And I'm like, yeah, we a win in the championship would be nice, but like on some real shit, we would rather have. We trying to showcase our talent so we can make it to another level, like D2 or D1.
Was it hella scouts coming to the game? Like,
yeah, bro. Like I had a scout come. This is my second year, so like when I was looking for the art schools, I found out that Scat had got rid of it. That year that I was about to transfer.
Okay.
So then I started looking at Columbia. And I was really trying to urge my pops because I couldn't afford it because I ain't had no credit. I virtually had no credit, so I couldn't.
Right.
Columbia and Chicago. And my dad didn't want to co-sign for me to go to Columbia.
How come?
He would tell me at the beginning, I found out later that he was just being like, he was holding on to his hoop dreams or whatever.
Gotcha.
But at the time, he was telling me that he didn't think I was going to do well, which is, I mean, he kind of justified it like through my person, like how he perceived my actions or whatever, which kind of fucked me up at the time. He was saying like, I don't think you're not going to do well at like art school or whatever, like, or go to school for something more practical or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's
like,
trying to tell you from doing something that didn't make sense to him at the time. Basically.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. And I'm like, well, and I was smart too. Like I was in, honors and advanced placement classes and all that shit, and like really good at math. I could have been a lawyer or a doctor, but that shit seemed huff. You know what I'm saying?
You're creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that year, bro, like I was really trying to pursue this, and like we kind of had this like this is still some of my stuff for today, just unresolving like a text message or a conversation or like, and just assuming that we both know.
Yeah.
So like so I'm thinking I'm going to Columbia, that I'm going to get co-signed and go to Columbia, and I find out that he was like, no, I'm not doing that. So then I had already thought I was going to Chicago, so I lost my scholarship to Merrimack. Because I redshirted my freshman year at Southeast Missouri State.
So you didn't play?
We had like 3 or 4 seniors, like 4 juniors.
So you came in with Leon in there, or Leon was still in
Leon came
college?
after me.
Right.
Okay.
I was graduating the 4 seniors ahead of me.
Okay.
Because I was so low on the totem pole. I was like, it was only two freshmen on the team. So I redshirted myself to gain the 20, to jump higher and to figure out the game, clear them out, and I just realized I didn't want to stay there no more.
Right.
So then I'm thinking I'm about to go to Columbia, and I find out that my dad, he's like, I'm not co-signing for that. So then I went to Merrimack, and I go up to the coach's office like, yo, coach, you still got a scholarship for me? Because I didn't sign the paper, you know what I'm saying? He gave them all away.
Right.
Had no money for me.
Right.
So I had to play for free.
Right.
Because I wasn't about to just go to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't make sense. Like, my whole reason for being in St. Louis was to go play basketball.
Right.
Or else I would have been the fuck out of there as I did, you know, I was trying to leave. So then I'm playing, bro. I'm playing for free. And at first it was kind of rocky. Then I realized, like, he used to talk to me in a condescending tone like my coach did. Coach Albright or some shit. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point where, like, he would talk, like, he would just say wild shit all year. And then I realized, like, I started kind of like just playing just to play. Like, and then I realized I was hurting myself. I'm thinking I'm hurting him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You just looking bad now.
Yeah, now I'm just making myself look bad. So then I started like putting my like serious face on.
Right.
Cause I had this one coach. I think what fucked me up, I had this coach. Or not a coach, I had scouts at a game and my dad was sitting behind the scouts and my homie Zoe, and they were coming to look at me and my homie Zoe, who's a point guard. He went off to play D2, I think, or D1. I can't remember. He used to play with Drew Hanlon.
Okay.
He used to play with Drew.
Okay.
So they were like the 1-2 punch, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they came to look at us. I don't know if he said this about Zoe, but I know he said it about me. He's like, dang, whatever my number, I think it was 12, maybe it wasn't. Dang, number 12, they're not playing like I expected them to play. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, like when your pop say some shit like that kind of fuck you up because you know I wasn't playing the way I played.
Yeah. You know what they saw type shit.
Yeah. It was like, you know, so then with all that, man, like, so after I put my serious face on, after I was like, I quit like joking around in practice and stuff, like really took it serious. I'm like, he put me on a starting team. Like he always fuck with me, not in a good way. And I started, as I said, I put my serious face on, I was on a starting team at practice. Okay. So I'm like, all right, okay. Killing him, back on my shit, you know what I'm saying? So then, and it just hurts your ego. You go from D1 to D2 and now you can't even, you got freshmen instead shit playing over you and shit, you know what I'm saying? And so then we implement this new play and I think I run to set the screen on the wrong person or some shit. And I'm like, he's like, you ran it wrong. You weren't paying attention. I was fucking paying. Like, I remember this day. I was paying attention. Like, I was like, and I ran to the wrong spot. Miscalculation or whatever. Right. And he's like, you weren't paying attention. I was like, yeah, coach, I got it. He's like, get off the floor. And I was like, nah, coach, because I'm like trying to be in good spirit. I remember I was like fighting to play ball. Right. Like in good spirits. Like, nah, coach, I'm in there. I'm good. Let's go. Yeah. Get off the floor. And I'm like frustrated because I want to play. I want to do good. You know what I'm saying? I want to kill. I want to do. I'm like, and then he says it again and he comes up and he's like, if you ever want to play another, it just escalated really on his side when I wasn't even on that energy he was used to us having. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I'm thinking he's going to feel my reciprocation of like, yeah, let's go. Right. And he's like, if you ever want to play another minute for me, you'll leave this gym right now. So I leave the gym, salty as fuck, because we still had like an hour and a half left to practice or whatever. So I just sit in the locker room, and then you feel your teammates come in, you just feel kind of dumb, kind of sort of. Right. Just cause like, damn, man. Yeah.
It was something so minor, and now he just tired of your ass.
Right. And so I remember we were about being at D2, you only travel like twice a year, 3 times, like out of go to another city. So we're about to go to Florida. Yeah. And 2 weeks or a week before we were about to go to Florida, he called me. It was snowing outside, I remember. He's like, yeah, you're no longer on the team. Dang. You're a bad example for the rest of the team, et cetera, et cetera. This is the last time I cried in the doing. Like, I learned a lot in this shit. Like, it was the last time I cried, like, fighting for somebody I didn't, like, fighting towards somebody I did not respect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And fighting for, instead of just, like, understanding the situation. I was young, though, too. I was, like, 19. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was, like, or just turned 20 or some shit like that. And, you just kind of, like, I was like, come on, coach, this is the only reason I'm in St. Louis is to play ball. Like, this is the only reason I'm at Merrimack is to play ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Was it early in the season? Was it late in the season? Like, where was it like?
It was probably like, I don't think Christmas happened yet.
Damn.
It was snowing though, you know what I'm saying? So it was weird because I guess it do snow before.
So it was
Christmas.
like right before conference play really started kicking in.
Yeah, like we had a tournament and another like
holiday tournament.
Yeah, we had a holiday tournament.
Right. Okay.
And so I had to watch. So that happened, and I had pretty soon after that. I started having like I went through a little depression and shit.
Yeah.
And because I lived with two of my teammates. So I'm seeing them come home from practice every day.
Right.
So I just start fucking and, you know what I'm saying, like
doing
going
whatever.
to class and, you know. So, and trying to figure it out. Like, I'm like, okay. So I bought my first wave of Infamous Life. I used to have a brand called Infamous Life. I bought my first wave of shirts and shit.
During that time.
Yeah, when I got kicked off the team, I just like transferred my energy.
Yeah.
But I just remember, man, that shit was so fucked up, man, because I had trials on the table. I had trials for Tennessee State University, and I had a trial for Howard University, and then it was those two or Columbia.
Yeah.
And so I started like working out again, you know what I'm saying, like towards the end of the year.
How did your dad take the news of you getting kicked off the team?
I really don't remember because it wasn't even about him no more.
Right.
It was
you were
about
just on your own journey. You were trying to figure shit out for yourself.
I remember telling him. I just don't remember what his response was.
Right.
Because my dad's pretty like, well.
He already kind of felt like you was going to fuck up anyway, kind of.
No, I don't think he thought I was going to fuck up, kind of. But he'll say like shit like, I told you not to go there.
Right.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Or like,
It's like, that ain't helping right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's mostly like, he more because he has this thing of like he kind of think he can predict what I do, and then sometimes I prove him wrong, especially in his older age. But
yeah, I seen that, the look on his face. Like you shared that picture from almost a year ago, and it was crazy because I remember that day vividly, but I also remember that was the day Nipsey died. The day you did your art show and shit. Because we walked back from the spot
to the studio.
And as we was walking back, I found out like, damn, Nipsey, they saying Nipsey got shot, blah, blah, blah. And so, but that was a special moment for you, obviously, but I could see on your parents' face, like, I was like, they was downplaying your shit. And we kind of, as artists too, we had similar moments where it's like, we opened up for Wale in New York and we could see it on his parents' face, like, damn, these niggas really. I really thought these niggas was fucking tripping and just doing some stupid ass shit.
They was with it.
But but it's like now it's like his here. This one of the biggest cities in the country, and my child is having and the pride was just through the roof. They was just, that's my son. That's motherfucker in St. Louis, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They was just, but it was like I know how it is. Before they probably was just like this dumbass nigga fucking wanna do art shit. We done put this nigga out here with the white folks to go to school. Now this nigga done fucking turned it over. You know what I mean? So like I understand that energy of just seeing the problem. It's like, oh, but I'm right though.
Yeah, I had to say some extreme shit to my pops because, like I was like, he was just trying. My dad was trying, like he was trying to get me set. Like his thing was he got me tryouts and shit. You know what I'm saying too. Yeah. So I had those two at TSU, and then I had one at Howard, and then I also had one. I actually tried. He had me go to Lindenwood and try out. That was like D3 or some shit.
Or it's NAIA D1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's D2 now.
Because they give scholarships. When I was finna go in there.
Scholarships. Yeah.
So, but then after we left that tryout, I was like, because I tried out with the coach's son, Soderberg or some shit. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, he was Kramer was raw.
Yeah, I tried out with him. I was playing with him because he was already playing. You know.
Yeah.
So then. When I got in the car, I told my pops, I was like, I'd rather sell drugs than go to this school.
Lindenwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindenwood is a
That was one of the opportunities I had too, and that's why I ended up going to Missouri.
Because I just looked where I was at, like where
St.
it
Charles.
was.
I'm not going to school in St. Charles, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will. He
looked at even St. Louis at this point.
No, he was crazy.
He looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, bro, I'm not going to school for this. I will trap. You know what I'm saying? I will figure this shit out. And my dad, you know what I'm saying? I was like, either coach, like, so then I just decided to hang the kicks up, man, to be honest with you. It was like, I like mapped out my timeline. Like I mapped out when I would graduate. I mapped out what I wanted to do. I was like, so I probably can't go to the NBA, but I think I can go to, because at one point in time when I was playing D1, when I started, I was like, I can probably make it. Because I was like out hustling these niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also I had to realize I was playing at SEMO too.
Well, shit, niggas go from SEMO and play professionally.
But you know what?
It's levels, like say.
Yeah, it's levels. Yeah. It's levels. So it's like,
Yeah, I'm just saying it was possible.
No,
that's
but
all
I felt like in my heart, like I can if I can body, because they was just a little strong. They were stronger than me. If I can get that, and then you know what I'm saying, work on get my shot better. I was like, I can make, because I was pretty good in high school in my threes and shit. And then so I just did the map out, bro. I was 20 years old, or I think I just turned 20. And I was like, all right, I got 2 years left of eligibility left. And I got 3 years of school left. So I'll be 23 when I go out of school. So like 23, 24. And then I still want to be an artist. I had to think about how old people look to young people. I was like, yo, if I'm like 24, 25 trying to now like enter this art space, I'm going to be too old figuring it out, because by the time I figure it out, I'm going to be 27, 28, then I'm going to be 30. I was just like looking at those like timelines of like information and how long it took me to get to this point in my life, and you know, like doing that type of shit. So then I was like, yo, I played for 15 years. I got free Nike shoes when I need them, when they got busted. I played Division I, you know what I'm saying? I got to live that life. I played AU basketball. I played JUCO basketball. I was like,
I hooped.
I hooped. And then I really had to like consider, because I knew I could play overseas if I kept practicing. I was like, is that matter? Do I want to spend, because after you graduate, I'm like, well, my career is playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd have told you I didn't want to be a lawyer or a doctor, and I just couldn't fathom waiting on a paycheck. Like I just couldn't. So I was like, is my influence stuck on bouncing the basketball in a different country? And I realized that wasn't big enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like bouncing the basketball in another country and getting paid for it. I was like, damn, because you get to keep all the money you make, because they pay for everything.
Right. Now you can make some bread.
Yeah, you make some bread, but I was like, bread ain't enough. Yeah. So then that's when I was like, Yeah,
you probably making that now. Fuck around.
Yeah.
In real life.
I had to urge I had to really convince my pops. I was like, I'm not going nowhere else. I'm going to Columbia. Because I visited Mars too. I visited Mars.
So what year is this?
This is 2000. I visited Mars in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2009. I was up here by the end of 2010.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I came up here with my homie Clayton. I came to stay in Mars. On time too. Mars fucking was asleep till 5:30 p.m. I got here at like 9. This nigga slept till 5:30. And I didn't know, and I couldn't get back in the building because he lived in the dorms.
Right.
So me and my homie just stuck in the crib waiting on Mars in his junky apartment, junky dorm room.
Shout out to Mars.
But yeah, man, it was definitely a ride, man, because like, what it did for me was I learned, I can see when you play basketball and you really work out to improve stuff.
Yeah.
You can see things change. Like you work your free throws, you get better. Mm-hmm. You do this move. Now you're on a fast break. You do that shit quick and don't even think about it. That helped me in my artwork. Understanding that it's not going to be perfect right now.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this right now. But if you put some reps in,
yeah. Okay. It taught you discipline.
It taught me discipline. It taught me not to be impatient. It taught me how to lose.
I like that.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm taking L's in life, I know I got another win next week.
You know, that's a good one because it's like, that's something that I really did take from basketball too. It's just the mindset of like, you gonna get that. Like one of my uncle used to coach us, and something he used to say was like, you gonna get that shot again.
Yeah.
So it's like, you were sitting in the corner, you wasn't ready. Don't worry, it's coming back around. The ball coming back. Be ready next time.
I relate to the L's too. Yeah. Because like, I grew up playing, I was hella good like early on. So like, I might have been, I kind of on the circuit with Brad and them.
Yeah.
And I got to my size I am now like 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade.
Big,
so yeah, so the trajectory seemed like I was gonna grow. I just never grew no more. But I was one of the better players in the city, and I decided to go to Metro instead of going to the V. Coach Irons had got locked up at the time, right when I was finna go in. Because that's when the year after y'all beat him is the year. He wasn't there. Or y'all probably wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? but then shit. So long story short, I realized like, damn, I'm going to a school that's not a powerhouse no more, but I always been respected as this kind of player. But now I'm losing because I'm playing on a team that don't really have the resources or the type of numbers of people.
Yeah.
So I had to go against that and realize like, damn, I'm still good. But hitting that wall of frustration, I had never been losing. I never just been like the nigga, we getting our ass beat. I was always whooping ass.
It's hard to lose when it's not your fault because it's a team game.
100%.
It's hard to take it on because it's like you are on the team.
And without the guidance and the right person in your corner, that's what I want to be as we get older, as a resource to the younger people that's not just talking at motherfuckers and, you know what I'm saying, projecting shit onto them, but really realizing and helping them realize like, no, you're learning. Like you was talking about. This is a process. Like, okay, well, it's all right.
Yeah.
But at the time, you take that shit personal and shit.
100%.
Like, you know, and a lot of the niggas you losing to wasn't really better than you individually, but they just in better situations or in different, you know.
Because we had a cold-ass squad when I was in high school, my senior year.
And Ben Hunter was raw,
It was an unorthodox
I remember meeting Ben at Wash U camp. I was like 10. And looking back now, I realized how good I was. We was the top niggas at the camp, but he 3 years my senior. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I didn't know that. But me and him was the top niggas at the camp and shit like that. And we kind of, you know, you get that mutual respect. Like, okay, you go. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I didn't see that nigga again until 07.
Yeah, bro.
Because, you know, different worlds. I'm sure Ben grew up in West County and shit.
Right.
I just happened to, because of Butch, he was just hella cool. I ended up getting it. They let me do it for free.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? Because that's how like funny, crazy, and small St. Louis is like that. I remember, didn't you have a picture of that on your wall?
Yeah, me being there, yeah.
And I ended up playing with some of the niggas in the picture with you. My homeboy AJ, they went to Borgia.
Yeah,
they went
all
to
them niggas was
Borgia
older than me, but I was fucking them up, and I was doing shit. That's when you say you start getting better and you start doing shit instinctually. I'm coming down, going around my back on niggas, laying it up, doing shit, doing hood shit. They like, damn.
I used to remember coming down and fake the motherfucker like this.
Yeah, that was your shit.
Yeah. Or you know, but I had my starting five for high school. We had a freshman, we had a sophomore, 2 juniors that didn't play varsity the year before, and me.
Damn.
That was my starting 5.
And then you went D1.
Yeah.
They thought you was raw. And you went D1 after that too. They thought you was raw.
Yeah, man.
So when you was going to when you were going into SEMO, like, did you really have basketball aspirations, or were you just kind of along for the ride?
Nah, bro, I was playing ball, bro.
So you was in it.
Yeah, bro. I was playing AU every year, bro. I was like competing every year. I wanted to play at a high level of basketball. Like,
yeah.
But I know one thing was that, and I think I still suffer with it now, is like, I wanted to wake up so badly. I wanted to be able to wake up so early and go to the gym.
Yeah.
And for some reason, maybe it's a discipline thing, I just never could do it. I never could do it. Like, I would be like, I'm gonna get to Parkway South at 6 in the morning and shoot.
Yeah.
Cause you'll hear about cold motherfuckers like Drew Hanlon and like Jeremy Macklin and shit and like shit doing, or like Isaiah Maris. He passed away. He ended up playing football for Yale. He was a smart motherfucker. He was a star at what's the other boys? CBC. He was a star at CBC. You just have and then you go to their games.
Yeah.
And you can see
the extra
I would see the
time
slight difference in my game and their game. They were like, I had fundamental shit, you know, whatever, but their IQs were so much higher than mine. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. Like, I had a pretty, you know, like I was like, damn, I know but then you see these players, and I just saw the slight differences in what made them that much like better than me. You know what I'm saying? And it was like just those extra personal kicks in the ass that you give yourself. Yeah. Like, I would get it, like, I'm going hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the leader, you know, like my thing was the leader, and I could read the floor and all this shit. I can read the time. I knew how to, you know, all that.
Yeah.
but it was just that one little extra thing that I was missing.
The process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I picked it up more. I picked it up, and I was like, maybe it was just what I needed to do. But like, it was just that one little thing. But I think what that did for me now is what I'm trying to do here. Like, even like what we working on Naomi is like, from everything, I'm just trying to be more like, take more initiative and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, they ain't no like, you ain't got 4. I mean, we got 5 people on our team actually. Right. But it's like, that's what we do individually was what makes that. So it's just like, I can't sleep on myself. Right. And I was like, damn, if I, maybe if I went to, because I went to the weight room later. I did weight room stuff in high school, but I just got off on more being a finesse player, finger rolling that bitch in and like, Yeah. But my early years, man, I remember I was a cocky motherfucker in 4th grade. I played at I was really good in 4th grade. Motherfuckers say like, but like I was a star player. And like I remember being at the free throw line because my dad, he dribbled, he called him a wizard because he could dribble really well. He would not let me touch the basketball with my left hand. I mean, with my right hand. Yeah. I would have to spend days of my practice. I used to practice in the driveway. I couldn't touch the ball with my right hand. Yeah. To the point where my left hand dribbling is better than my right hand, and I'm right-handed. I was a cocky motherfucker in 4th grade. I'd be at the free throw line. I was playing at a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic school for a year. Yeah. Whack, hit it with my right hand. Second free throw, left hand, every time. 4th grade, bro. I remember it. I remember just like... You funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? I would average like 20-something a game all the way through my elementary years, bro. It was crazy. Dang, he said switching hands at the free throw line. I would switch my hands, bro. Wow.
But I think what you talk about with the time, I see you have that discipline. When you have a certain amount of passion about something, like said, you was passionate about it, but with the art, you even more passionate. It was just burning in you or whatever. And it's like the structure, having structure is not the same as like being unstructured. Like it's like you are able to, as an artist, you make your own structure. Yeah.
You know what it is?
To have your own discipline.
Part of it is though too, I think as artists too, I think all of us kind of got this, is like we're naturally talented at it. If we were 6'8", this would be a different discussion. Yeah, because that's a natural talent. It's being taller that makes you better at something.
Right.
And so once you do notice, like when you work really hard, like something at basketball, you get better. And then when you start doing art and it come a little bit easier, it make you want to go harder because it's like, oh, I know I can be good at this. I know how hard I worked at this. Good at hooping. I'm already kind of good at this shit. Let me like just go hard. I'm gonna be cold. You know what I'm saying? It's like that same feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because you see me, some people, it's like, yeah, niggas just jump 40 inches. You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't nothing. That don't have nothing to do with nothing else. Yeah, it's just fast. You know what I'm saying? And so
like I had to do.
It make you just go harder. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the whole thing though. Like even like with hooping, like hearing his story made me think about like you might unlock the door too, the door lock. I have no idea who that is. Like hearing that story made me think about, and this is something I haven't thought about in a long time. But like when I graduated from Mizzou, when Coach Porter, shout out to Michael Porter, we started the Michael Porter fan club too. Just want you to know.
I mean, we
are the presidents.
Number one.
We're the co-presidents of the Michael Porter fan club. But he asked me to be an assistant coach, a graduate assistant coach for the women's program. But I knew deep down inside, I was like, if I do that, I don't take basketball light. If I do that, I'm done rapping. This is like it won't be a social liberty because it's like I take basketball too serious. Yeah. I can't half do that. And I went up to school and really got back involved with it. And my senior year, I made a point. I was like, basketball is something that made me really happy. I was going through like a depression kind of period or whatever. And I was like, I'm finna hoop hella hard enough to where I made Tanel assistant coach with the girls club team with me. Like I was like, no, I'm hooping. Like, and so I practiced and stuff. He was like, Dan, do you want to be an assistant, like a grad coach? And I was like, damn, I could go back and get a fucking free graduate degree. And I was like,
where was this?
Mizzou.
For real?
Yeah. Mizzou. And I was like, No, because I'm gonna have to be Coach K. I can't have.
He straight told him like, yeah, like I want to rap.
And what's crazy,
and he was like, I feel you.
He had pursued a rap career before me in the '80s, so he was like, no, I respect it. Go ahead, because it's like shit. You might still end up doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you
he
can
was
come
like,
back.
He showed me his old. I used to go around, pass out my mixtapes and do shit like that. So it was crazy meeting him. Yeah. And then now his son in the NBA, he coached for the men's team. Like,
nice.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a full circle story.
Dreaming, man.
That shit's crazy when you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to pursue?
I don't think we them type of people. We all real childlike. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people get rigid, bro, and then it'd be like,
I think that's like frustration or like
be normal,
not chasing your gut or chasing your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I think like I go home and it hurt, man. Like just saying now that we're older and got family members with like 3 to 4 kids with no job, and then the conversations just be kind of lackluster, and you happy to see them, but you like not that it's so much deeper, and I'm out here. I'm happy to be able to make moves or try and talk to y'all and like break bread with the homies, but it's not the same as like having your blood there with you,
right?
Yeah, man, just. I don't remember. I forgot how I got there, but
just talking about
being rigid and just
that rigidness, man. That's what kind of kept me. That's what kind of put me on this path now of not just being an artist, but being so much more than that. Because it was like I go back to the crib and we just out here barely making it. And how can I stop at being a singer if I achieve this type of knowledge that I literally been plotting since I was 15 to get where I'm at, to try to achieve and to gain knowledge that is kept away from our community. And I spent so much time gathering it to get to this point. How can I stop at a low 6-figure senior art director position in a room full of motherfuckers making 7 figures? Or somebody owns the building that I work in. How can I take all this knowledge that I'm learning and keep it to myself? You know, like it
That's
don't.
Real.
And then you look at the grander scheme of things. If they paying my black ass $100K,
you know how much money?
They paying everybody else? 100%. If they pay me, they paying my black ass that much money,
and not tripping.
So that's not that much money.
Yeah, it ain't slowing nothing down.
But the thing is, like, common misconception. Like, I did a test. Like, I was at home, and I asked 2 of my cousins or 3 of my cousins. We all about the same age, between 24 and like 30. I was like, so my cousin pulled out this Mike's Hard Lemonade can, and he was like, yo, Migos is on this. And like, we driving around, he's like, yo, Migos with this, you know what I'm saying? They sponsoring this or whatever. So I just wanted to see, because he was just right before that, or in the midst of this, he was like complaining about $10. Somebody else not giving him $10 for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like, all right. So I'm like, okay, you 24, playing about another grown man not giving you $10, you know what I'm saying? Not saying we all got the bread, but like, so I was like, all right, so how much you think Migos got paid for this sponsorship with Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Right. Oh, you asking him?
I asked him this.
What'd he say?
About $2,500.
It's like, yeah, you got no perspective.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It hurt my soul so much. I was like, what you say?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, look at how big this is, bro. You are here telling me about this.
Yeah.
You think they gave them niggas $2,500?
Come on, bro. You can't get a car.
Niggas getting that a week to not have shit for real. Like,
bro,
you poor with $2,500.
Bro,
you're poor.
You think these niggas is out here making these big ass songs internationally and like, and they getting 20, 25? What are you?
Migos. Come on, bro.
So again, like, perspective, bro.
Yeah. It's tough because like that's something that's the hardest thing.
You rich
about
to them, though.
That's the
man. What I'm saying is for us at this age to perceive $2,500
that's
as
all I was gonna say.
The level of a sponsorship is asinine.
St. Louis, bro, is tough, bro.
It's closed off.
It's not no business out there. We don't see no black. Like, the main problem with St. Louis is the lack of resources that's put towards black people drives the best black talent away. So if all of us, Adrian just moved to Chicago, if Adrian moved to Chicago or Mars, and the niggas you know in Texas and New York and LA, if we all just went back to St. Louis, it'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a lot more shit happening, but we just don't live there.
And we don't have real estate there.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have no resources. They dilapidate our neighborhood. So as a young person, you 21, 22, 23, are you going to make the decision to try to...
We got to start something.
Build up your neighborhood that they're letting on purpose niggas shoot at and act crazy at? Or would you save yourself and try to go start your career, try to make something of yourself?
In another place.
In another place. You have to make that decision. Are you going to stay in St. Louis and try to save it?
Hell no. I mean, you want to, but like, I don't want to spend my life doing it.
There you go.
They put the
you know what I'm saying? Like,
put you in a tough
I gotta
position.
make myself, because again, you got to look at how long shit take. I'm trying to start with the family.
Trying to start the simple shit.
Y'all met my cousin Jabril? Y'all met him before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had to start with him.
Right.
Stay with me for a couple months, you know what I'm saying? 9 months. All right, bro. Look, the crazy thing is, like, because we don't want to stay. Like, I was looked at that, like, because I played basketball and I was good at basketball. I was in the news or in the papers or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially for that area. And my cousins and them would see it, so I was like the basketball star dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy, like the perception of like they thought my parents had. Yeah. Hello?
Got somebody walking into the podcast.
Come in.
Yeah, it's our first episode. This many interruptions, but it's been a good episode though because, you know, I never knew how he looked at his career. You
This
know what I'm
nigga
saying?
then ordered groceries and then got the grocery man standing there
Got
with
the
all them
Amazon
heavy ass
Prime.
groceries.
Are they downstairs? Unless you want to do it, we just record a podcast.
Julian got us volunteering to go get his groceries and
I
shit.
ain't going to get that shit. Shout out to Jeff Bezos, bro.
Julian got the damn Amazon man waiting outside. He like, I'm not walking in your house, nigga. Hello.
Yeah,
Did you
me,
forget?
like,
Right,
no.
hit him over the head. Chicago, shit. We on the south side still.
Got a U situation over here.
Right. Man, but no, man, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know,
You can lead a horse to water and can't make him drink too.
But a lot
you know?
of, but just the transition, like a lot of your art reflects that contrast. You know what I'm saying? That tension between having and not having, and privilege, and you know what I'm saying, being black and having to deal with it, and having the wherewithal to even critically think about it. Because most people not even critically thinking about it. It's just like life. It's ho hum. I live in West County. I don't even think about the other side of the city. I live in the north side. I don't even think
everybody
about
caught in
the
their
other
loop. I
side of
know
the
you
city.
probably watch Westworld or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody caught in their loop. That's my best reference to real life to me. It's just like everybody is caught in their loop, and you could be the man in the black hat. You know what I'm saying? And just be going around going crazy because you trying to figure out this shit and you really can't.
Yeah.
It's nothing to really
it's
figure.
crazy.
It's fake. You know?
Because that's where you kind of hit the nail on the head when you was like that tension between have and have not. And it was kind of like, it was crazy, man, because like, and then I lived in North County and I moved to West County.
Right.
Again, a lot of my peers didn't do a transition from North County to West County.
Right.
Or West County to, definitely not West County to North County.
Right. Hell no.
Your
So,
dad,
like-
when he grew up, they made that West County. This shit pushed them out. You know?
So just like being able to see both sides of the tracks all the time, because I still play AAU basketball in by Hazelwood East and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I was still going back and forth. White people playing beer pong. We doing this.
Right.
They playing lacrosse. We doing this.
Right.
Like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So like I got this like crazy like perspective on just like the world around me. And I just saw everybody was fucking miserable. Even white people, even though they had more money. But the thing that fucked me up was, even as I was acquiring knowledge, I knew that I still was 100 paces behind the white motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's not equal.
How did that make you feel?
And because them niggas is with each other.
True, that too.
His cousin Sherry, his cousin Jim and James.
Right.
They all them niggas good.
Right.
They all stupid as fuck, but they all good.
Yeah, that's real.
Well, I got some stupid as fuck cousins and we all fucked up, and we got some smart cousins, we all fucked up.
We all fucked up.
And I'm over here closer to them, to the white motherfuckers, and all my niggas is still
some dumb
blacking.
cousins we fucked up. I got some smart cousins we fucked up.
These niggas all good.
You know why? Like, but they Gucci
crazy.
regardless of the situation.
No matter what, they gonna be cool. It's never
And
known.
I'm over here trying to get a piece of the pie, and I'm trying to eat the pie by myself.
Struggling for this crumb.
And all my family over here don't even know the part of the world I'm in.
They don't even want no pie.
Didn't even know.
They don't even know it's pies. They don't even know it's pies.
Try to give them a piece.
They wouldn't try it.
Don't even try the pie.
They're like, that's green.
Yeah.
Right.
That came from the earth.
It fucked me up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like I was talking. It's just so much frustration. Like, you hit it on the head when you was like this like that nigga frustrated.
Yeah.
That dollar bill frustrated. That building, you know what I'm saying? That nigga frustrated.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
It's that glass
frustration.
ceiling, bro. And when you understand it,
but I paint them bright and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that silver lining and a hope, or like that.
You bring a level of it brings a level of humanity to it, so that people don't categorize it just as like, oh, this black sad art.
yeah.
I think to be honest, it's kind of like it's animated, so it's kind of a comedic relief to it. I think that's how we tackle a lot of our issues, like rapping. Our name is Souls of Liberty. We get that from just fighting for freedom. It's just a creative expression, and so that itself makes people think it's deep. But then it's like, you know, you can be as an artist super like pro-black and all these other things, which I'm glad that there are pro-black artists because I learned a lot from people that
100%.
dive deep into their Afrocentricness. But for me, I just was like, I have never not been black.
Yeah, it's like, can we get past it? It's like painting to reassure the blackness. When I was like, I just want to paint.
Yeah, I am black.
Yeah, I'm black. That's when I wanted to debunk that thing of like, this is black art versus a black artist made this art.
Right.
Which is such a fine line.
Yeah, it is. It's a difference. It's a difference.
To the point where they categorize you into that no matter what, and that could be annoying.
But it's crazy, because I couldn't have painted this, because I was like, you know, you want to make, when you start a black dude, you start making try to make black people and shit. But then I was like, how do I paint I can never paint people that look like my experience. Yeah. Because you're like, you paint a white dude or you paint a black dude. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you paint a light-skinned dude who's like, I don't know what that is.
That's what I'm saying. Going back to my point earlier.
So then like the yellow thing, like being light-skinned and being called yellow and always having to fight to be black. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy just like going through that. Especially when I moved, I didn't really notice it until I moved to West County. Right. Because I moved to the county and we had the DSEG program. We bus kids from, I think, North Side, North City. Yeah. So the kids, when they find out I live in the county, I'm mixed, 100%. But I didn't talk like the white kids, you know what I'm saying? So they thought I was from the city. Right.
Might as well, yeah.
So I was like,
caught in between.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, and I'm like, nah, man. It was like, whatever. It was just this weird dynamic that I was always in, and I never like I was in improv, and I was in honors classes, and I was with the niggas, and I was with the white nerd people, then I was playing Magic the Gathering.
It was crazy for us like that
crazy,
too.
man.
Because we was from the city. I was from the hood every day, but because niggas was on some more backpack shit, niggas was looking at us like, y'all weird. And it's like, nigga, I beat you up. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
We went to a school, the average ACT was 27. During a point, I remember in my school,
pretty good.
That's hella good. The only other schools that was higher than us, was Chaminade, which people paid $1,000 to go to, or like Ladue. We were a city school. I remember it was a point, the only printer that was really working was in the art room. The whole school, I'm saying, we got people going to Yale, Princeton, all that shit.
And y'all had one printer?
Got no fucking resources.
We don't got no smart boards,
none of that shit.
We had all that shit.
We got 2004 Dells and shit, maybe.
Come on, bro.
Like,
and the ACT's 27. Niggas in there dropping 36 like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So it's like,
we had a swimming pool in my school.
Like, I didn't go
the
to
whole city ain't got a swimming pool.
We had a hockey team.
The only swimming pool I could think of in any place north of Delmar I was at was maybe the Y. It wasn't nowhere else you could even get Maybe Central, West End had one.
We had a hockey team and a field hockey team.
But think about all them schools, nigga. None of them fucking schools had water in them. In the 1950s, it was water in them motherfuckers like a motherfucker.
Come on, man.
That's crazy.
That's our whole life is just doing shit. So like
every resource.
I had like, so like to your point, like you
no
said,
driver's
you
ed.
had a privilege of like being exposed to white America from like with children. Where for me it was like I never really got exposed to white people on that another level until I really went to college. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't behind like academically. Like academically I could go in a classroom with anybody and it was just like I'm one of the smart people in the class. But it was just like you said, like, oh, we play lacrosse and
I learned
our
that sense of
classes
humor.
go on field trips. Our class trip. We didn't do none of that shit. Man, we got hoodies, nigga.
Bro, I learned about
hoodie. That was what you got.
Like, I learned about their difference in sense of humors and shit. Like their humors were different. I learned how to talk to the women. I learned how to. I even found myself code switching. I had to stop code switching a long time ago. You know, like just being cognizant. Like I remember. I think I was like with my cousins one day, and then the next day I went out with them, and then I was like I went to the bathroom, and I like, you yelling at somebody as you close the door. Yeah. And I think I had said something like articulating my R real hard or something like that, or ERs or some shit like that. And I looked in the mirror, and it was like one of them like doom doom doom. And I realized I was like, bro, I didn't say this. I didn't say that like that yesterday. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why am I doing that? And I really worked hard. It was fucked up. Like you really have to like watch yourself because I was like, I didn't feel like it was fair that they got to mandate the proper way that your vernacular, the way you should speak via vernacular. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if we go to London, right? Yeah. What's up, G? Let me get that or whatever. Yeah. You speaking English, bro. Still speaking English. They don't know if you from this part of America, this part of America. If you had less, you speaking English, bro. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just really had to get away from that. That's how like I'm so happy we got that Naomi thing again, because like that was the point. Yeah. Tell people what the Naomi thing you talk about is. Okay, yeah. And I appreciate you the one time after the meeting when I was like just trying to like be more interesting and shit. You like, stop doing that. What you talking about? And we had a meeting. I was like influxing my voice up and down. Oh yeah, you do this. Julian has this like presentation voice where he like talks low, but then he starts talking really like, bro, why you doing that? That's so funny. So Naomi is a subsidiary agency that we started probably about damn near a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago, 8 months to a year ago. And what it is we create a subsidiary agency in Leo Burnett in Chicago underneath the Publicis umbrella. Yeah. And what it does is it incorporates a way of thinking that should be common. Yeah. But we found out that we can leverage. With good agencies it is. I think it's still a fine line. Like even if you go widen, I think you'll come up short sometimes. They just have a little bit more freedom to pull the trigger. That's true. But so like we just leveraging intellectual property, also known as our IP, of just cultural know-how. So a lot of times corporate America is very Caucasian and white. And so then you kind of learn quickly that they don't know anything about other cultures, Black people, Hispanic people, fucking the queer community. Mm-hmm. Anything outside of what they call the mainstream. Yeah, anything outside of the mainstream. And then you get so comfortable, or I've gotten so comfortable with, it's not even comfortable, just calling a spade, is general market is basically just saying white people. And then if you want to really go general market is cis white male demographic. Yeah. But beside the point, understanding that they can potentially make another Pepsi commercial in any form of fashion, where a Kylie Jenner or something like that, Kendall Jenner, fucking creates world peace. Brutality with a Pepsi. Yes, pretty much. So basically, we just let them know that they don't know chicken wing baby. Yeah, so Pepsi, we have a very cool team, and yeah, man. Yeah, and like you said, it's just like you know, put some Pepsi on the floor, and it could be a cleaning agent. You clean a toilet with Pepsi, bro. This is crazy. Life is crazy, man. Yeah, no, man, like what we've been talking about. This is an episode about classism and racism and basketball and all those great things. Because his angle, which is different from most other episodes. We've been having a real diverse episodes lately, but like maybe because we get in our bag, I don't know. Yeah, but like
I really appreciated your story of you were reflecting kind of negatively. Most people be like, have a positive outlook on that shit, but I kind of understand how frustrating it could be to like hit a wall in something that you love so much.
It's tough.
Yeah, like those first couple of years after, or especially that first year after hanging on my kicks, it was mad depressing because all your homies is like posting recap game photos and shit because niggas weren't posting recap videos.
Right, yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
I have no videos of me dunking like
the way. We just was talking about that.
I have no videos of me like catching a oop or
last
nothing.
Last episode we just said that.
Damn, that sucks, bro. I'm gonna try to get there again.
Hey, man.
It's your last stretch, but do it now.
Before we end it, I just want that AAU circuit was amazing. Just to reflect on that was a beautiful time in life. Like you just feel like so mature. Even like it's like a game time.
It's like you get to represent yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You get to leave your city, get to go around, you meet people, and that's a great way that you like some of the best relationships that I've had to this day. With people that I travel and play basketball with, and
I play on like 3 teams at a time.
Because you go to battle with people and you find out a lot about them through hooping. That's something. That's the reason why we started this show.
You know who the bitch nigga is?
Man,
it's like nigga, you scary, bro. We gonna do something.
And it don't got nothing to do with like talent.
It's about your heart.
It's about your heart. Because I could say, like you said, I never.
Damn, that's crazy.
I've never been like a player for my age group necessarily until I would say later on in my playing years of just like being like, oh, I'm one of the better players. Because I wasn't tall. I didn't grow until like I turned 14 basically.
Yeah.
But so I had to learn how to play. I had to know what every spot on the court, how every play was. So I had to be smart to play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you like we were just talking about, you put so much into something, you make yourself something. And that becomes your identity. And then you're asked at such a young age to like switch your identity.
Yeah.
It's like a life crisis. A lot of people don't come back from it. They get stuck in that.
Bro, like when I was kicked off the team, bro, it was just like when I started getting real comfortable with my hops.
Yeah.
I have been working out. Like I have to do squats and shit for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling, like I'm not even exact. I would have the mark in the middle of my forearm
from the rim,
from like banging. I used to be able to cock that motherfucking back. I would only do it like in warm-ups. I only got one dunk in like in the summer league. But you just start getting, you got that your body a little stronger.
Your body, yeah.
I'm still young, you know what I'm saying? And then just to know when your last game, you're like, damn, I ain't know my last game was my last game was probably the most. But the thing is, it was devastating at the time. And I actually recorded. I was about to edit. I've been doing video blogging. I did the one. It's called The Art of Perfect Timing.
Yeah,
and I consider that a blessing in disguise. The universe pushing me out of embracing this next chapter that I need to play. Like we said, you already hooped. You hooped.
So you got to get up. You did it.
Failure is important. Man.
But the thing that helps you out in this perfect timing is whether you fold under pressure or not. Do you cave in? You know, and it's like I could have just been like, "Oh fuck, it's over." Like
right.
I'm just gonna settle. And then what it did was I had to identify what was happening to me and the fact that it was like, "All right, man, go fly."
Yeah.
Go do this. But I just wish I could have got a couple bangers in some games or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't dunk in high school at all. I dunked 2 weeks after the season was over. After my freshman year. It was crazy.
He was like, yes, finally.
But I think it's because your body, you get the rest. You know
I had lifted hella hard my freshman year because like I said, I tried out at Mizzou. And I got to the point where I could dunk a tennis ball. And I was like, this is good enough for me. I'm never going to dunk in a game. It's good enough. This is amazing that I could even touch the rim and put this tennis ball in here. This is good enough.
I feel that.
I'm satisfied. I never tried to dunk again.
I stopped trying. I mean, I could grab rim hella easy. But I did get to a point where it was just like,
why am I doing this?
I'm not going to be dunking.
I'm never going to dunk.
No. I guess if
I was your size, I definitely would have done.
I've rose up on 2 motherfuckers before and went to the line.
And I've had layups where it's like, you know how you have layups when you hide and you think you are and shit. Like you do some shit and just be like, damn, I'm touching.
Just put the motherfucker in.
Yeah, I'm touching the middle of the glass and shit. Like fuck. Like I'm.
You know, your Earl Mana goat.
Yeah.
Earl Mana goat. Yeah. Wow, you really gotta be a basketball player to know Earl.
And I got my hands not big either too. So I
got these baby ass hands.
You really gotta get up to be dunking that bitch with
I'm
command.
I'm a 2-foot jumper too.
Me too. That's why
so I can't just like
Nah, I'm a 1 foot.
Gotta be like
1 foot.
I think I was cool with both, but if I'm really trying to get as high as I can, I do too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, if you trying to just get up there.
Mine was at lean in.
Yeah,
It was so nice, man.
But let's get before we wrap it up. We got to get your top 5 hoopers.
Ooh,
Yeah,
shit.
And your top 5. I say artist for you personally. I won't even limit you. It was gonna be MC.
Okay,
but I just say artist, and you can put your MCs in there if you want to.
For sure. Top 5 basketball players. Put my pops in there.
Okay. The Wizard.
Yeah, the Wizard. I'm gonna put Allen Iverson in there.
Okay. The Answer.
Yep. I'm gonna put
And the question.
Kevin Garnett in there.
Big Ticket.
I'm gonna put. I don't even watch basketball now, so that's crazy. I'm gonna put who a code? I got 3.
Yeah, that's 3. The Wizard, the Answer, and the Big Ticket.
That's a nice lineup right there.
Pretty good so far.
I'm gonna put Gary Payton in there.
The glove. Okay.
I had his shoes, bro. 4th grade when I was shooting left hand free throws, I was wearing the gloves,
Gary
bro.
Payton shoes was hot.
I had them bitches. They broke though, but I got them because the zipper used to break on them. They ain't matter. You saw motherfuckers with tape.
The zipper.
The zipper was fucked up. Motherfuckers like they shit busted open with the zipper
That
at
made
the
me
top.
think about East Bay.
That shit was funny. And then, damn, my 5th. Who's the 5th reserved for? I think I'm gonna give it to Jordan because
Okay.
that was a big staple for me growing up.
Yeah.
Was Jordan. And then
Okay.
6 man. No,
Pistol Pete.
No, you gave us Gary Payton.
us
Gary
5.
Payton, our first. That's our first
time
entry.
Gary done got in there
First entry. Gary Payton's first entry.
For what?
for
No,
top 5.
top 5.
Of
No,
our
we
episode
just-
so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we never got Gary Payton before.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. We appreciate
Dope.
that.
Yeah.
Or the Wizard, technically. Either.
Yeah, like Wood's finest.
Yeah.
And then for artists, I'm going to give it to Kanye West.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to.
That might be Kanye's first trip.
I'm going to give it to Banksy.
Okay.
I really was thinking about doing that shit for a minute. Never had the heart.
Yeah, Banksy cold as fuck. We doing living,
Huh?
living artists.
I mean, it's whatever.
No, you
That's your
dead.
artist.
Dog.
We just had Pac and Biggie in our last episode.
So I got Banksy. I got Kanye West.
Shit, all of them. Was
I got this woman named Maria Abramovich. She's a performance artist. She's fucking amazing. She helped inspire my first Out of Time art show.
Okay.
Just like she helped me go deeper on what physically can happen in this space. And what's that, 3? And then we're gonna do best artist. Fucking Childish Gambino is fucking crazy.
I like that one.
Oh, yes.
I like Childish. I like that
Childish
one.
Gambino
I gotta
is
eat a
fucking
red hot
crazy.
riplet after that.
That shit, what he's doing is ridiculous. He's on some shit when I'm on, just kind of like not letting people put you in a box. So with that being said, Tyler the Creator is number 5.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Because
that.
him and Childish Gambino like are fucking
Unicorns.
yeah.
I love Tyler the Creator. Like he really held it down for our age group.
Yeah, he could have stopped that bastard, bro.
Yeah.
He could have been dead at bastard.
And he really, for where he is now, from where he started, Tyler the Creator really
I remember when he told them, fuck 2 Dope Boys, hype
Fuck
be
2
shot
Dope Boys.
And they had to post that nigga afterwards.
and they had to post
that
that nigga
shit-
afterwards. And that shit dead now.
over whip.
Damn.
I remember that used to be a goal in our life.
Man,
Yeah,
we wanted
bro.
to be
Get
on
on
2
2
Dope
Dope
Boys
Boys,
so bad.
Or there was so many things.
So many things.
They was the one.
2 Dope
though.
Boys was the one.
That was one.
That
If you
was
made
it.
on 2 Dope Boys,
You made it.
Yeah, you was signed damn near.
You legit made it. You legit
fucking
made
around.
it. I wonder if Rap Radar still update their website.
no, I don't know if but they got that.
They got the content though.
Yeah, they got the content.
I'm about to look up, is Rap Radar still a damn website? I wonder.
Shout out to Elliot Wilson though. He was hella humble when we met him.
Elliot Wilson
He
was a real nigga,
Like,
bro.
Ryan walked up to him. We was at this shit. Dom Kennedy, first time in New York. Bun B was there. It was lit.
It was
We was at
lit.
Lower East Side. And like, Ryan walked up to Elliot Wilson and was like, hey, bro, like, we young artists, like, what would you say, you know what I'm saying, we should do to try to get, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but
I
he
bet
said
you
some
just
real nigga
asked him,
shit.
yeah, just asked him like, what's the whole thing? Oh yeah, Rap Radar is still up. They actually just posted Westside Guns got a new mixtape. I'm gonna download that later.
Elliot Wilson follows me on Instagram. Suckers.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
He followed me like 4 years ago though.
Elliot
wasn't a hustler though.
Yeah, he really
I posted
on it.
a photo of DJ Izzo and Chuck English on stage at South by Southwest, and he reposted it.
Oh, that's what's up. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, dang, I like this episode. This was a good episode. Logic,
Yeah.
where can the people find you?
You know you can find me at your mama's house. No, I was playing.
It might. I don't know.
Yeah,
Depending on
maybe
who listen to
blueberry
this.
pancakes. No, you can find me on pretty much all social media at Julian Gilliam, Gilliam, or you can just type in Logik, Logik, and you'll pretty much find me. Yep.
Your name got 2 L's?
My last name?
No, you just said Jull.
Julia. No, I didn't never spell Julian.
Oh, you
It
just
would have
said,
been tight if they did that though. Julian
People be
Gilliam.
writing there. I'm like,
Julian
when in the world have you ever seen 2 L's in Julian?
I thought you just said that, but I also could be tripping. It could be the way how
just
was talking.
L and I go close together, depending on how it's written, could look like.
True.
Yeah, you know, it could look like.
Julian with 1 L, not 2 L's.
But yeah, everybody follow your dreams. No,
Yeah,
follow your dreams.
all that good stuff, man. Yeah, man. Well, it's the Backcourt Channel. You got any words of wisdom for the people?
Live your life in line with the truth. Because that's going to always outlive a lie.
Damn. The truth always outlives a lie. And on that note, people, it's the Backcourt. Peace. Stay black. Shoot it high. Let it fly. And all that jazz.
Stay out the way.
Peace.
And go
Yep.
pick up your groceries.
Pay your bills on time.
Please.